Hey guys, it's Arlessa coming at you with another video. Just coming in your news feed with another video, guys. And in this video, I am going to be touching base on a few points with manifestation. So I'm not going to be going into the broad spectrum of what manifestation, is and everything that it entails, but I am going to touch base on what it is and how to best start to move into the pocket of that energy, putting that energy out and manifesting what it is you want and you desire, as well as I'm going to touch base on a couple of misconceptions. I don't know if they're misconceptions, but maybe misconceptions that are easy to have whenever it's kind of vague. I think that manifestation saying that, oh, we manifest our desires can be a little vague because there are some, guidelines to follow and things to understand on a realistic way, in a realistic pattern, what it is you're doing and what it is not to do. What can you manifest and what is it that you can't really manifest, so you're kind of just working, against a wall, against a brick wall, and how to move kind of, away from that and have a better understanding and a little bit more clarity moving forward on how to manifest what it is you want to see happen in your life. Okay, so before I get into that, I did want to say that I have a show called Wednesdays We Talk Wellness that I co-host this show with an amazing woman. Her name is Heather Beebe. I've known her for quite some time, guys. And if you haven't caught the show, it is every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Wednesdays We Talk Wellness. And we just cover a large amount of topics. It's our third episode, and the third and fourth episode are going to be tied in together, and we're going to be talking about friendship and everything that has to do with friendship. And since friendship is such a large umbrella on everything that it is to have successful friendships, to find the right friends that you're aligned with, in self-inventory with ourselves and our own connections with friends, we're going to be going over all of that, and actually more. I didn't even mention all of it. This is the stuff that we're going to be talking about in part one. Part two will be a whole new show, guys, so catch it if you're not following us, and because this is going to go to Facebook and Instagram. So if you're looking at this on Instagram, then you know that I am Indigo Channeler Healer, Arlessa-Wise, and then Heather Beebe is her name handle, Heather Beebe, and you can find her on Instagram. Give us a follow so you can catch us live on the show. Now, if you're seeing this on Facebook, hey, Facebookers, go over to Instagram and give us a follow. And if you're not able to make the live show, it's okay. We're going to be posting replays, okay? You will have an opportunity to see the show. And if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, let us know, because we're going to get into all that, guys. Yay, I'm excited about this show. Okay, so let's get into this video, guys, all right? And in this video, we're going to talk about manifestation. What is manifestation? Now, look, you may hear my dogs start barking in the background. It's okay. They're in the back. They don't like it. They want to be here. But if they were in here, they would be a lot louder. So no cruelty to any animals is done. They're just being sassy. So just say, okay, sassy dogs in the background. Any hoosers. So manifestation, guys. So I get a lot of questions about what exactly is manifestation, because, the word on the street is, manifestation is what we think and feel, we put into motion, and we attract ourselves, right? So what it is that we have going on inside of us is what we pull to us, right? We do that. So I'm going to give you a little bit more clarity behind what that means. And, it's something that was kind of challenging for me to wrap my head around, just because manifesting what you want and then saying, oh, well, how do I manifest something that I don't, and I'm supposed to feel it, but I don't really know what it feels like. You go through all these different, what is it? Okay, so manifesting is, how everything says that what happens inside us, we reflect outward to the world. In our relationships, how we feel. Are we coming from a place of, being a certain type of person, and then we are attracting those same type of people to us? Now I know there's a couple of questions. It's like, hey, but what if I'm a good person and I attract somebody who doesn't do very good person things? Well, there is something in you that resonates with that. Whether it is you yourself have done it in the past, maybe you're a victim to it. Maybe it's something that people treat you. So maybe it's your own self-worth that you don't see your own self-worth. So by you not seeing your own self-worth, you attract others who also do not see your own self-worth because they don't know their own self-worth. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to manifestation, that's kind of in key. It's how, that's why everybody says, to change the world or to receive what it is you want most, you must first be that. Okay, it's like you must work on yourself. In order to see the change you want, you must change yourself first. This is manifestation. This is it. We attract what we are aligned with. So if we're aligned with self-doubt, low self-worth, rejection trauma, abandonment, we're a relationship trauma. If this is the things that we are most hold within us, then we also are going to attract that in other people who have those areas to work on, or they're not able to see that in themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? So manifesting is about feeling good and feeling what it is you want. And a lot of people are like, well, how do I feel what's not here yet? Right? Because we want something tangible. We want to be able to see it. We want to be able to touch it. We want to be able to do these things. So we allow that. I don't see it yet. I can't touch it yet. So I don't know what it is. That's okay. Let me explain how to get around that blockage within yourself, okay? So say you want a job and you really, really want this job and this is what you want. And you, for some reason, you just can't facilitate the means of grabbing it. So are you focusing on what you want, or are you focusing all of the things that it's going to take to get it, challenges? Oh, how am I going to find this if I don't have this? How is this going to happen if I don't have this? Oh, well, if this doesn't happen, I won't be able to buy this, or if this happens. So what you're doing is you're sitting in the pocket of focusing on all of the things that could block you from getting that job, right? So what do? You attract that energy of those blockages. You get more blockages, right? You get more things in your way because that's what you're focusing on. But in order to kick that to the curb and say, okay, I'm not going to focus on that anymore, you have to focus on what it is you want and how it's going to make you feel. Okay, so if I get this job, what will I have? Financial freedom? Okay, so what would having financial freedom feel like to you, right? Okay, so, again, this is where you have to stop that negative talk. Well, I don't have financial freedom, so I don't know. No, it's okay. You may not have it yet, but in your mind, what would it feel like? What could you do with that? Start to imagine yourself. How would this help me? What would I be able to do with financial freedom? I'd be able to pay my bills. What would it feel like if I had these bills and I didn't have to worry every month about it because I had this job? Like, start to think about that. What would I be able to do? Would I be able to save money? Okay, well, saving money, what would you be able to do with that money? Imagine the things that you would do with that money. How would it make you feel? And getting the job would be a sense of accomplishment, would it not? So think about times in your life that you have accomplished things and you felt that sense of accomplishment. So remember the feeling of that sense of accomplishment, and then you apply it to your vision. Do you see what I'm saying? So then you start to feel it. You start to see it. You start to imagine it and taste it and smell it. What would it smell like? What would the office you want that has a big window? What would that smell like? What would that look like? What plants would you keep in the window? What would you do with that space? How would you decorate it? How would you make it your own? You see what I'm saying, guys? You start to imagine it, and therefore when you start to imagine, you're like, oh, I feel good about this. I feel good. And then you need to hang on to that good feeling. Now, I do want to point out that we're humans. We have a vast spectrum of emotions. So we do a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of positive talk. We just we're all over the place sometimes, guys. So here's the deal. If you are in that flow of feeling good and imagining what it is you want, imagining what it feels like and all the things you could do, and something happens and you're like, oh, but I don't have it yet. It's that self-awareness in that moment. Oh, I'm being self-aware. I'm keeping myself from it. Okay, well, in that moment, whatever is making you feel defeated, how can you find a solution to that specific thing right then? And what would it feel like to get past that challenge? Okay? What are solutions that can happen, right? Don't think about what you can't do. Think about what you can do in the moment, because we all have capability to do something, no matter how big or small. So that's how you start to make those changes, okay? And sometimes we fall off that path. Sometimes we forget how to do things. Sometimes we forget to be positive. And look, I'm not saying be positive all the time. Feel the negative emotions, feel the positive emotions, allow them to show you, allow all of it to happen, feel the emotions. So this is, I'm not saying don't allow yourself to feel the negative, don't push them down, right? Say, okay, yeah, I do see that this is something that could happen. But if it happens, then how do I push forward? Focus on the solutions and what you can do to accomplish something. And if something comes in your way that says, no, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, well, this is temporary. What can I do to manage what I'm feeling and then find a different way? Okay, manifestation is about thinking about what you most desire and how you can make it yours. Think it, feel it. Now, I did want to point out, this is kind of the thing that I think a lot of miscommunication, misunderstandings, all the misses, misunderstandings happen. So, for example, say you want a really great relationship, but you want it with a specific person. Okay, we can't manifest specific people to do what we want because we have free will, right? I have free will. Everybody else has free will. So if I really want someone to call me, I really want someone to ask me on a date, I have to allow them to do it. I can't force, and I can't imagine. I can imagine what it feels like if they would. But the thing is that because you can't influence, or you can't take another person's free will. So imagining what it would feel like with that specific person is kind of counterproductive in my eyes. So what do you see? I like to think about that partner. What do I like most about this partner? What do I love most about how I feel when I'm with them? And then I imagine just feeling that way. Meeting someone and I feel that way when I meet someone, and maybe not have a specific person in mind, but imagine and allow yourself to feel what it is if you were to have these qualities in somebody reach out to you, all right? But you also have to remember that you must also put those qualities out. So if you want someone who's a good listener, or someone who's really compassionate, someone who communicates, how funny is it I got tongue-tied when I'm about to say someone who communicates really well? If you want someone that communicates very well, then you must learn to communicate well yourself, guys. So manifestation isn't something like, oh, let me just manifest what it is and it's just going to happen for me without putting in the work. No, that's not it. You must put the work in. You must put in that intentional effort and that intentional energetic flow to receive what it is that you want. So we can't we can't manifest specific people, but what we can do is we can manifest those qualities towards us. And if it is that person, then it's that person. But if it's not, what is meant for you is going to always be meant for you. Even with a job, guys. So if you don't get that job, maybe it's not the one for you. So always stay open-minded to the unlimited possibilities. And remember, guys, what you want most, you must be it. You must be willing to be that yourself and see and imagine what it feels like, and know that you have everything within your means to get what you want. You just have to put your mind to it and sit in that pocket of belief. All right? So thanks for watching my video, guys. I look forward to, I don't know, putting something else out there and just hearing your words and your thoughts and getting a discussion going. And guys, don't forget to catch our show Wednesdays. We talk wellness at 8 p.m. So see you there, guys. All right? Have a good week. Bye.